Good day. Today we are heading out to Austin, Manitoba again because this weekend is the Manitoba Threshermen's reunion and stampede. So we're gonna go check that out. I was there when I was a kid. I don't think I've been there. Now, I might have been there when I was like 18 or something like that. But it's been a very long time, so let's go see what's up. So the parking is just in a grass field. They have a little tractor and a tram if you need a ride to the first building. Otherwise, you go in here, and I guess this is where we pay.
As long as you don't turn it into a business.
I don't have enough talent to turn anything like this into a business. Thanks. I guess they have a little craft show. They're gonna be in the video yet. When you first come in, they're still setting up, but people selling merchandise of various types. Got our wristbands in. It was 20 bucks a person to get in. And as soon as you pass through that little trade show building, you got a map of the whole grounds here. They also give us a little brochure, which also has a program in the map. I printed one out off their website, but they do give them to you when you get here. All right, so right ahead of us is the campground. That's we don't really have any doings there, so we got to get into the main museum, which I believe is down this road here. And looks like there's some food truck type thing setting up. Oddly enough, it appears to be just frozen pizza, which is odd. Alright, so we took a short hike from the parking area down that road. And now we're into the museum proper. Over there looks like the Pioneer Village. There's the tractor going around. We'll have to figure out where everything else is. But there's displays in these buildings. This museum's open year-round, so there's displays in here that you can see all throughout their season. But today they'll have a lot more demos going on, so we'll go find something that's going on. So I guess down this path, you get the village, and then out in the open fields here, where there's no shade, here they have a lot of their tractors that are sort of parked year-round. But somewhere out there, they probably also have some of the themed machines for this year. Rodeos happen in the grandstands over there. It looks like they also have some newer farm equipment on display too, but you can see them firing up the steam engines in the distance there with all the smoke coming out. Oh, there goes the stage. This is day one, so I imagine stuff is still getting set up a little bit. I want to see him take it on a jump. It's surprisingly quiet. I like how the cam just pushes open the...
It's a cam, and
yeah.
If you pull the pin out,
yeah,
and slide over, it's on half compression.
Okay.
So you start it up on half compression.
Yeah.
So that it's not cranking over on full compression.
Right, okay.
If you put it on full compression right away, it's almost impossible to start.
Okay. So then once you get it running, you can go full bore. Neat. take a ride on the tram here. See, that's where you get the cinnamon buns right there. There's the cinnamon buns. $3, coffee for 2. Ooh, a mill. Yeah, gotta go to the mill. Well, let's go back through the village and check out the shops. Nope. I'll get off here. Wah!
This is where we gotta get off.
There's a grain elevator over that way too. And the water tower. Okay, let's go check out the village. Homesteaders Village. Okay, I'm going in the grist mill. In the mill. Gotta get the sunglasses off in here. This isn't like set up like I thought it would be set up. See, this is a little bit neglected here. This is supposed to be a nice chute.
Well, maybe they need a miller to come and see.
Yeah, maybe they need someone to come and help them out here. This would be the stone mill, but this is probably supposed to all turn. Here's another stone ring mill here, but this looks like it hasn't worked in a while. You grind it and then you collect it down here. But, oh, is that just the overhead bin then? Maybe that was just the overhead bin, and then there must be a way to go up there, but maybe they have it closed off. And I don't want grass in my farm. Turns easier than I thought it would, but it's still, that's a small mill. I'm going up the stairs. Okay, oh, they got some screeners up here. And a little indent. These would pick short things out of the batch, little weed seeds or whatnot. Little width graders. It looks like there's another screen inside too, so it might have been a multi-stage something. And here's that hopper that goes down to that stone mill. No bin up here. Maybe they did everything with bags. Wild oat separator. Here's the blacksmith. See how they have that flap opened up?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like ventilation to let some hot air out.
Whatever you like me to try first, I mean, it's been a while since I've done it, so we make rings, you know, we make
Yep, you need the ventilation. It's quite smoky in there. That's something that can't really be shown on film, is the whole place kind of has a sooty, smoke-filled smell. This is a great big stationary engine. I remember seeing this when I was younger. Like, they had this running at one point. I'm not sure if they run it anymore now. I know that big engine turned the wheel and turned this. Souris Mill engine. I guess it could move 1,600 bushels of wheat, 700 bags of flour.
24 hours.
In 24-hour period, yeah, if they ran it night and day. I don't know if it comes through on camera, but just the smoke from the blacksmith is just filling up the woods. Is it livery or livery?
Yep. Never know, do you?
You never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay, we'll talk to you. We'll be
Okay.
around. Now I know you're here and I was
Yeah, we got
feeling.
the trailer sitting the same place along the shed there.
Well, Sarah and I checked it out.
Again, the smells are something you can't really do on the camera, but the whole place in there with all the saddles just smells like leather, and blacksmith smells like coal smoke, and walking around smells more like wood smoke. Everything's smoky. The land survey office.
I just got here. This is surveyed in 1874. So Canada would have sent a contract surveyor. He came to Winnipeg, hired some guys, some people, made a crew, and he would have came here with the
Okay.
idea to survey this. It's just based on the American system,
Yeah.
almost identical. Big difference was is that by 1874 there was a big shift in technology, so we're using proper instrumentation. They were sighting the North Star and getting their lines like very accurate, based on the North Star.
Okay.
And so then they would measure using these steel chains. They just look like a pile of steel.
Yeah.
But you spread them out, you'd straighten them out, they'd
Yeah.
be 66 feet long. 66 feet long. So then
Right.
they'd make quarter sections that were, 160 acres. How to read the post. Section posts that were carved by the surveyors would say what quarter section it was.
Okay, so these would be left out there.
These would be left every half mile with
Okay.
a mount, so you'd see it.
Okay.
But you'd have to have an expert to tell you where your land was, because here's Winnipeg in 1883.
Yeah.
Here's Winnipeg in 1883, and there's no roads. There's very
No,
few
no,
trails,
no.
and there'd definitely be no. Well, there was one trail that came close by here, but very few trails.
Mm-hmm.
So then you'd come and you'd look at your land, go back to Winnipeg, and if the land hadn't been taken, you'd look at land that wasn't taken, and if you wanted it, you'd get it. You'd get it for free.
So when you first headed out, you didn't know what land you were going to end up with.
You'd maybe look at 3 or 4 quarter sections that might interest you, and you'd always look at the township diagram and you'd say, well, there's some trees on this one, or there's a creek going through.
Right,
I'm
right.
not interested in this one, or it's near the railroad, not a bad place
Yes,
to be perhaps.
yes.
So then you'd say, well, what's available, what hasn't been taken? So this would be 1874. There's a good chance that a lot of this stuff was available.
Right. Okay.
You'd see it in Winnipeg, you'd look at the big books. There are
Okay.
800 surveyed townships in southern Manitoba, so there's
Right.
lots of choices.
Okay.
You look at big books, you'd find an expert who could take you here for a fee, show you the land, take you back to Winnipeg, and then you could decide, do I want to homestead it? And if you decided that you wanted to homestead it, then you give it a few years, you have to break land, you have to build a house. And it was extremely difficult. The persistent rate was only about 25%. Like, it was just so difficult.
So 3/4 of people gave up.
Hey, you had to. You
Yeah.
just couldn't make a go.
Yeah.
The winters were weird, fierce. Are you from around this?
Yes,
You're
I am.
Estevan. So
Yes.
the winters are the worst you can imagine.
Oh. Well, by today's standards, this is pretty humble, but compared to the blacksmith shop, this looks pretty civilized. This is a fancy log cabin they have upstairs. Oh, there's the stovepipe. I think they did this on purpose. They ran the stovepipe through the upstairs so it was hot, and then it would heat the upstairs too. They got a full-on loom over there. They could make cloth.
This one with ice cream.
Ice cream. Oh, you can buy ice cream at the store. Okay, we're going in the store. I don't want ice cream, but we're going in.
I know what I'm doing.
This is fancier than the store at the Fort Lauderdale Museum. Look at the ceiling. You can buy like modern candy now. Huh. Oh yeah, look at the two tills. They got the modern till and then the old school. It's a shame they're not using the old school till. That would be more accurate. And that's clothing and shoes on that side. Furniture. Old record player. Or is it a gramophone? I don't know the difference. Shoe repair. Oh, it's just a small one. Looks like they had aspiration on there, whatever that machine there is. Looks like they had some grind wheels and whatnot on that shaft. And then it looks like there's aspiration below it, and there's a fan on this end over here. It's high tech. Now we're out at the rail yards. So they have some rail stuff. And a grain elevator. We're gonna go check out the elevator. Then maybe we'll head out to the fields and see if the machinery is going to run today. Here they have a diagram of how the elevator runs. Dumps the grain in the pit. Leg takes it, elevates it to the top, into the bins. Here's where they would dump it into the pit. And the early ones, they would actually lift the wagons because the wagons had no way of lifting themselves. Later on, the trucks had their own hydraulics. They could tip their own box, but that's how they did it with the wagons. And then here's a leg. It's kind of dark in here, but you can sort of see. There should be a wheel. Here it is. Wheel here is how you picked your bins. Oh, you can't really see it in the dark. You see it? Yeah, right here. You turn this and it'll run a cable up to the top, and it turned to a distributor. You can pick whatever bin you wanted to go to. And then when you're emptying, this is where we come. I hope I'm allowed back here. I don't know. It's pretty dark. And then there's the rail cars out there. So everything is all overhead. Gurney, it says. So here's, I guess, the predecessor to the auger. It's like a paddle veyor. got a flat chain and little paddles on it go up the tube.